are. So the only person we are missing now is Uncle Abe, who will be in seat 9. There's Eli, another mainstay here of the show.
Can I get chips in here?
Throwing chips out here with Abe. Abe.
Chips?
That's the worst thing.
How much?
You got to pay attention.
50, yeah. Okay, chips, go.
And Eric's going to raise this one up to 50, ace-10 offsuit. Francisco's going to make the
yeah,
call
you
here.
booked the win Friday? Good, man. I saw that you were up a little.
Chris also here with king, queen suited. If I know Chris's game, I've got a feeling that a 3-bet is coming on.
So you won like 15.
And here it comes.
Yeah.
435.
435.
Oh, 3 more out there on my way out.
8 times, 8.5 times. Huge 3-bet. There is dead money out there because of the ante.
No, I'm
1150.
Oh. That's your game, huh?
And Chris is, Eric is going to 4-bet here with ace-10 offsuit. Wow. Going to 4-bet here to 1150. So just about maybe 2.5 to 2 3/4.
No, it won't go. I'll be everything on the other side.
So
Promise.
Chris is getting over 2 to 1 here. I'm sure he's going to call.
Yeah, I had him way pushed
And those
over.
little
But he
purple
didn't
chips
mind,
are
yeah.
500. So we've got a lot of different
baby
colored
like
chips
him.
there. And here's the call.
All the actions from here up. You know what I mean? Not a big whiner like this guy.
So here we go. 23.90 in a 4-bet pot. And both players here have missed. Chris has got some back doors here with the king, queen of hearts, jack, deuce, 5. Dry board. Let's see what kind of sizing Eric uses as a c-bet here.
1,300.
And 1,300, very, very big bet. And I just don't think that Chris can continue on here versus that sizing. Perhaps if it was smaller with his back doors.
That was pretty.
Oh, I see the bread down there. 3.5.
He's thinking.
I can see
And
the
there's a
bread.
1K chip
Yeah,
in his
I mean, because you
hand.
can make some nice, but you got both.
And
So.
he makes the call with his back doors.
Want one?
So this pot
No,
is
it's cool, thanks.
$5,000,
Oh, I
no
appreciate
pair,
it. That's
turns
very
a
nice.
6.
Check.
You can see that Eric has about a pot and a half size bet left. Take a look at the action in the top left of your screen there. 4-bet pot.
There should be a TV clicker right there. If not, you got to go get it. Check, check.
Check, check. Oh, and the river's an ace, and that's probably got to be the worst card, I think, in the world here for Chris if he was going to be bluffing if it went check, check on turn.
But before the tournament room, there's a hallway. And it's right there, and then you go left, and then it's your first.
And I don't know if Eric's going to be in the mood to fold an ace here if he ran into it at the end.
Want me to show you?
No,
Or you
I
want-
always hear upstairs something else. Like right here, and he's looking straight down on it.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a saying, like a, yeah. Hey, what happened on the turn? Do you remember?
I didn't pay attention to this one at all.
Hey, how do you feel be the champ?
What?
How do you feel be the champ?
Feel the same.
Why are you calling him a chump?
He's always been a chump.
It's true.
Wow, looks like Chris is going to go for it here.
You can just leave it here.
He's cutting out 2 stacks of whites, which are
I'll chump it up.
2,000 each, so that's a $4,500 bet here. 4,500. Now the thing here for Chris is that, you know, it is a 4-bet pot. Would he bet ace king here, check call? Would he not just put that in pre-flop? He's very aggressive. So if he doesn't have a whole lot of ace kings, this is like an ace jack plus kind of bet here.
Stolen myself.
Fishing for a
I
compliment.
doubt
like it.
that he would bet like this with ace
I asked him
queen
for the Ryan
if he
Feldman
check called
and-
flop.
Okay, let me just fuck up your head real quick.
They gotta like make it up. That's the difference.
This is a very polarizing bet. Polarizing, of course, means very strong or very weak.
I liked you better like from the start, man. You're the better brother, obviously. You drink with me. That guy's a dick.
And there's
dude.
the call. And Eric's going to win a nice one in a 4-bet pot. he is going to win
That's why your king queen didn't come up?
over $6,000 on his side. 14,000 total. Nice pot there for Eric.
Take Eric.
I'm a little surprised at the bluff. I mean, obviously I can see the cards. I'm not exactly sure what Chris was trying to get Eric off of.
Annie's?
Button moves here to Eric, which means it's going to be Big John straddle for 20. Again, we're playing 5-5 with a $5 ante. We're doing a round of $20 straddles. This is an uncapped game. We do this game every Tuesday night. Yellow chips are 5s, whites are 100s. Purples are $25 chips. The dark blue chips are $500 chips. The green chips are 1K chips.
Yeah.
And the purplish lavender chips are $5,000 chips.
We talked about all this before.
No, you want
You
to
just
bring
were
it back
drunk.
up? We gotta bring
You
it
were
back
drinking.
up. Yeah, bring it back
I
up.
gave you all these
Drive me
answers.
sober, man.
I gave you all these answers.
Sober.
Overcover, undercover, good cop.
Chris
bad
going to
cop,
bump it
all
up here to 150. King 9 of hearts, and Eric's got big slick suited right behind him on the button here, and he's going to 3-bet.
At this point, you're owed.
So 150 here from King 9 of hearts, 3-bet
I hide him
with
behind the stack.
Ace King of diamonds on the button here.
C5's a tough seat, too.
Long neck, buddy.
Tough seat.
And Chris is going to defend. So Chris is dominated here, over a $1,000
Got some
pot.
big money on this, or you just
King, Jack, Queen, Rainbow. Both players flop top pair here. Eric with the gutter to the nuts. Chris with the gutter to the bottom end. Both players also have a backdoor flush draw. 420 here from Eric.
I never want to play hands out with
Every game, so you know what, I'm going to put $100 on every game and just flip a coin.
420 and a call.
good. Not like you play good. I saw it. You bluff when you have to bluff.
The turn is a 10, and both players now have a straight. Eric with the nut straight here. Chris is drawing dead to a chop. He can only chop if another ace comes out on the river. And Chris is going to bet 1,000. There's that big kind of greenish brown chip I was talking about. So nuts versus second nuts here. Obviously, there are a lot of aces in Eric's range.
Destroyed him.
And Chris is going to make the call. Let's see if we see a clean river here.
Oh my
The
God.
river comes out the jack of clubs, so it pairs the board and a backdoor flush draw. This might even go check here. Let's see.
Oops.
You can see kind of Eric doesn't look too pleased about that river card. And Eric's going to bet 1,300 here. And wow, I mean, God, you can see Chris sort of like working through a little bit in his head. Is there a chance that Chris might try to do something here? I mean, he's got a 9. So you want to, maybe he has too much showdown value, but this card changes a lot of things, obviously, against someone just with an ace. The board pairs, backdoor clubs come in.
Oh, my gun went off.
And he's going to raise. Wow. He's going to turn his straight into a bluff. Raises to 53.90. So a $1,300 value bet. I thought there was a chance that Eric was going to check it back on a very wet card, and Chris is turning his 9 into a bluff. He obviously has a king blocker here. I would like this play a little bit better if Chris had jack 9 in his hand, as opposed to just king 9. So the pot is 10,600, just over 4,000 to call, and remember, Chris tried to run that bluff in the first few minutes of the show with king-queen against Eric, and Eric called down with ace-10. Here, Chris check raises the river, turning his 9 into a bluff. Obviously, Eric can't beat a flush. He can't beat a full house. Chris sussing out the fact that his hand was probably not good as a call. And there's the call. There's the call. And Chris once again gets caught bluffing. And he has now bluffed over $10,000 here to Eric in the first hour and 20 minutes of the show.
Eric's thought about everything. His whole play. I was gonna have to raise. Oh my god. Get him off.